Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy CrispPurpose back at it again with another Gems of War exclusive Dragonite Dragons spoiler video for you guys. Now, I have the exclusive on the upcoming Dragonite Dragons, and we're going to be going over them right now to see exactly what we have coming up for these new Dragonite Dragons, man. They look great. We're going to be breaking down the spells, the traits, the mana cost, everything to see what is upcoming for these new Dragonite Dragons. So stay tuned. Watch to the end of this video to see exactly what is going to be coming up for these new dragons. I'm sure you're going to love it. Orrissea is the purple version of the upcoming Dragonite Dragons. It has a 32 mana cost. And I don't want the world to see me. That's the true flavor right there. The spell is Poisonous Petals. It will deal 2.75 times magic plus 6 damage to all enemies. Convert 5 purple gems to Enchanted Gems. There's a 10% chance for an extra turn boosted by purple gems. This new Dragonite Dragon is from Sword's Edge. The rarity is Mythic. Troop role is Mage. Troop type is Elemental Dragon. Trait number 1 is Spell Armor. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Trait number 2 is Flower Shield. Reflect 35% of skull damage. And trait number 3 is Iris Aura. It will steal 4 life when matching purple gems. So as you guys can see, the spell damage on these new Dragonite Dragons is pretty good. 2.75 times magic is pretty solid. That's a lot of damage. And I think the boost ratio for the extra turn is pretty good. Every purple gem, for instance, Orrissea, will have a 4% chance of an extra turn. So if you have like 22.5 purple gems on the board, you will gain 100% chance of an extra turn. That is really, really cool. So that is a purple version of the upcoming Dragonite Dragons. Gladius is the green version of the upcoming Dragonite Dragons. It has a 32 mana cost of green, blue, and yellow. Damn, Edna approves. The spell is Pollen Cloud. It will deal 2.75 times magic plus 6 damage to all enemies. Convert 5 green gems to Faerie Fire Gems. There is a 10% chance for an extra turn boosted by green gems. Kingdom is Forest of Thorns. Rarity is Mythic. Troop role is Mage. Troop type is Elemental Dragon. Trait number 1 is Spell Armor. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Trait number 2 is Flower Shield. Reflect 35% of skull damage. And trait number 3 is Gladiola Aura. Steal 4 life when matching green gems. Now, this could be one of the most powerful of the new Dragonite Dragons because it has the ability to put Faerie Fire Gems on the board. Faerie Fire Gems are green gems. I think they look like butterflies. But when you explode them, destroy them, or match these green gems, they will Faerie Fire a random enemy. This could deal a lot of damage, man. Once again, this has the ability of dealing a lot of damage by itself with that 2.75 times magic plus 6 damage. That looks like a very powerful version of the new Dragonite Dragons, the green version. That's how it looks right there. Orchideus is the brown version of the upcoming Dragonite Dragons with a 32 mana cost of red, blue, and brown. Well, that was Orchid. The spell is Withering Scream. It will deal 2.75 times magic plus 6 damage to all enemies. Convert 5 brown gems to stun gems. There is a 10% chance for an extra turn boosted by brown gems. Kingdom is Shenteng. Rarity is Mythic. Troop role is Mage. Troop type is Elemental Dragon. Trait number 1 is Spell Armor. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Trait number 2 is Flower Shield. Reflect 35% of skull damage. And trait number 3 is Orchid Aura. Steal 4 life when matching brown gems. Now, the unique mechanic for this brown Dragonite Dragon is, of course, those stun gems. Stun gems are brown gems. They are shaped like hammers, but when you explode them, match them, or destroy them, they will stun a random enemy. That could prove to be very useful on many teams. There are so many brown, focus teams out there, especially when it comes down to stunning enemies. So I think that this Dragonite dragon right here could prove to be very, very useful. Let's move on to the other Dragonite dragon. Narcissus is the yellow version of the upcoming Dragonite dragons. It has a 32 mana cost of yellow, green, and purple. I wandered lonely as a cloud. The spell is Reflected Rage. Deal 2.75 times magic, plus 6 damage to all enemies. Convert 5 yellow gems to barrier gems. There's a 10% chance for an extra turn, boosted by yellow gems. Kingdom is Pan's Veil. Rarity is Mythic. Troop role is Mage. Troop type is Elemental Dragon. Trait number 1 is Spell Armor. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Trait number 2 is Flower Shield. Reflect 35% of skull damage. And trait number 3 is Daffodil Aura. Steal 4 life when matching yellow gems. Now this one is one of the most powerful as well as the most defensive of the upcoming Dragonite dragons. The barrier gems are yellow gems that shape like shields that when you explode them, match them, or destroy them, they will barrier a random ally. So that could be a really useful troop, especially in PvP. I can see a lot of players using this in yellow restrictions in PvP, especially because it's from Pan's Veil. Pan's Veil tends to have a lot of troops that use yellow mana. So yeah, this is a good version of the upcoming Dragonite dragons. Let's move on to the other. Orrissea is the red version of the upcoming Dragonite dragons. Mana cost is 32. Mana color is red, blue, and yellow. Rosebud. The spell is Storm of Thorns. It will deal 2.75 times magic plus 6 damage to all enemies. Convert 5 red gems to burning gems. There's a 10% chance for an extra turn, boosted by red gems. Kingdom is Golvania. Rarity is Mythic. Troop role is Mage. Troop type is Elemental Dragon. Trait number 1 is Spell Armor. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Trait number 2 is Flower Shield. Reflect 35% of skull damage. Trait number 3 is Rose Aura. Steal 4 life when matching red gems. Now, the mechanic of burning gems is a good one. You know, the triple damage teams exist. Triple skull damage teams to burning enemies exist. So this could prove to be useful. It's not the most powerful mechanic in the current state of the game, but nonetheless, because this is attached to an AoE damaging troop, this could prove to be very, very useful, especially with classes like Sunspear. You know what I mean? I can see this being used a lot, man. Let's move on, though, to the other version of the upcoming Dragonite dragon. Bell Cerulean is the blue version of the upcoming Dragonite dragons. It has a 32 mana cost of green, blue, and red. Ciao Bella. The spell is Blooming Death. It will deal 2.75 times magic plus 6 damage to all enemies. Convert 5 blue gems to spirit gems. There is a 10% chance for an extra turn, boosted by blue gems. Kingdom is Zulkari. Rarity is Mythic. Troop type is Mage. Troop role is Elemental Dragon. Trait number 1 is Spell Armor. Reduce damage from spells by 25%. Trait number 2 is Flower Shield. Reflect 35% of skull damage. Trait number 3 is Bluebell Aura. Steal 4 life when matching blue gems. Now, this troop right here converts blue gems to spirit gems. Spirit gems are blue gems as well, but when you match them, destroy them, or explode them, they drain mana from a random enemy. This could be a really good troop to use with a particular troop. King of Ravens, man. King of Ravens could work really well with this because King of Ravens explodes those spirit gems as well as purple gems. And there's some synergy here that I'm looking forward to using. This one is one of the most powerful versions of the upcoming Dragonite dragons. Now let's move on to what I think is the final version and might be the most powerful of the new Dragonite dragons. Chrysantherax is the boss version, or the final version, I should say, of the upcoming Dragonite dragons. It has a 34 mana cost and it uses all mana colors. Happy Mother's Day. The spell is Scent of Carnage. It will deal 3.25 times magic plus 6 damage to all enemies. Create 2 Death Mark, 2 Angel, and 2 Ghost Gems. There is a 10% chance for an extra turn, boosted by Skulls. Kingdom is Nexus. Rarity is Mythic. Troop role is Mage. Troop type is Elemental Dragon. Trait number 1 is Spell Armor, reduce damage from spells by 25%. Trait number 2 is Flower Shield, reflect 35% of skull damage. And trait number 3 is Blossom Aura, steal 4 life when matching skull gems. Now, this right here seems to be the most powerful version, the final version, the Stellarex or the Diamantina, you would say, of these new Dragonite dragons. I think they should be similar scaling to Stellarex when it comes onto the spell, right? 3.25 times magic, plus 6 damage to all enemies. I don't remember exactly what Stellarex's damage is, but that looks good. The gem creation, though, looks kind of weird. 2 Deathmark gems, 2 Angel gems, and 2 Ghost gems. It's a mixed bag right there. Could be interesting. It has the ability to deathmark enemies while blessing allies while gaining souls. Kind of weird, but I'll still take it, man. All of these new different, Dragonite dragons look pretty powerful. I am pretty sad though about the gem dragons because they're going to be left in the wind because these newer version of dragons look way more powerful. Like they don't even scale in comparison to these. I am definitely looking forward to these. We're going to be able to do a lot of unique things with these new dragons. The thing that I'm most happy about when it comes on to these spoilers for these different troops is the final traits on them. They're stealing life. One thing I'm not sure of though is whether or not these troops are going to be stealing life from the first enemy or a random enemy or all enemies. If it's all enemies, these troops are broken as hell. Some of the most broken troops to be added, and they're definitely one of the more powerful dragons to get. Let's see what they turn out to be in their final form when the devs release them. They look amazing now based on the spoilers, but we will see. We will see. I really want to know though what your opinions are of these new Dragonite dragons, man. I don't know exactly what the term will be for them. Will they be flower dragons? Will they be, I don't know, maybe they will be flower dragons. That's what I'm thinking. Flower, because they seem like flower related names, flower related spells, flower related traits. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about these, man. I'll catch y'all next one. Peace.